Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you my new method of fertilizing my long raised bed. This is called the Addit. It's an automated fertilizer injector that I got from Drip Depot recently, and I'm really excited to try it. The way that it works is you install it in line with your, you can install it in line with your drip system or on the hose end, and you're gonna put your liquid fertilizer in through the top and run your system, and it fertilizes through your emitters. So I'm really excited about that even fertilizer application throughout my raised bed. The fertilizer I'm going to use today is Fox Farm Big Bloom. This is my first time using this injector, so you know, in case I mix something wrong or something like that, I chose a really mild fertilizer. This is 0, 0.5, and 0.7 for the NPK numbers. That's nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Other fertilizers are, you know, much higher. They're like 6, 7, 7 or something like that. So I'm going to mix it according to the directions for seedlings and transplanting. That's at a rate of 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. Now when you go to add the fertilizer in here, it has to be enough to fill up the entire volume of the canister. So when I mix in my fertilizer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up a gallon of water with a tablespoon of this, which is just following the guidelines for seedlings and transplants because I have some seedlings in this raised bed. And then I'm going to take that pre-mixed liquid and pour it into the injector. And when I pour it into the injector, it's very important that there is no pressure on the line. Otherwise, you can imagine if you start unscrewing this and it's under pressure, you could really get hurt if this blows off. Now, the fertilizer injector has some key minimums that you've got to meet to make sure it operates properly. It requires 30 gallons per hour of flow rate through your drip system, so that means a half a gallon per minute, or also means at least 30 1 gallon per hour emitters in your system. The raised bed I plan on using this on is 2.5 feet by 21.5 feet long and has probably at least 75 emitters in it, so I'm not worried about hitting that minimum. Now, if you know the number of emitters that you have in your system, there's a chart in the instructions that can help you calculate how long you have to run your system to empty the injector canister. So basically it takes 15 gallons of water running through this to empty it. So you can calculate that based on how many emitters you have and what speed they are. For example, if you know your system has an output of 2 gallons per hour, you can take 15 gallons, which is what's required to empty this canister, 15 gallons divided by 2 gallons per minute. You can figure that it'll be about 7.5 or 8 minutes to empty the entire canister. So you'll want to run your system for at least that long. When it comes to installation, they have included this backflow preventer to install upstream of the fertilizer injector, so closer to your water supply. I already have a backflow preventer in my head assembly for my drip system, so I'm going to skip installing this. But make sure you're aware of whether or not you have a backflow preventer before you decide to skip something like that. All right, hopefully you can see this. I'll do my best. I'm trying to assemble it while talking through it. Right here, this first component, this is my backflow preventer from my head assembly that's already installed in my system. This is an inline filter. It's pretty standard in a drip irrigation system because you don't want, you know, dirt particles clogging up your emitters. I'm going to connect it to my source. This is my outdoor water supply. And then I'm going to take this backflow preventer and filter, connect it to the fertilizer injector. Following the fertilizer injector is my 25 psi pressure regulator. Pressure regulators are also really important in a drip system because drip irrigation components are so, well, their flow rates are so low, they're meant for smaller pressures than like an outdoor sprinkler system. So make sure you have a pressure regulator in your system. You don't want to blow off like button drippers with pressure that's too high. And I'm going to try to make sure this is tight enough, just hand tight. They say no tools. All right, everything seems tight. There's no pressure in the system. You just saw me connect it, no water in it yet. So right here is where I'm going to fill in my pre-mixed liquid. This is my pre-mixed gallon of Big Bloom, Fox Farm Big Bloom at a rate of 1 tablespoon per gallon. And I'm going to use this, I'm going to fumble my way through it probably and drop some of it. This is a funnel I'm going to put right here and pour the water into the canister until it's full. Then we'll be ready to turn the system on for a few minutes. In the future, I'll figure out a better way to pour this because it's just spilling out the side of the canister and I'm wasting a lot. Okay, it looks full. I can see the water level at the top of the canister. So I think I'm ready to turn it on. Look, I know you guys are going to see some leaks. There are some leaks in the system. It's okay. It's just water going on my plants. It's okay. So let's see. You can see the water coming out of the holes I've got in the drip tubing. And also you can see water coming out of my button drippers. Let me get the chives out of the way. You can see the water coming out of my button dripper. I'm probably just going to run this for about 5 minutes. So it seems like the canister is empty. We're done fertilizing. So I think I'm going to like this injector. It seems like I'm probably getting a pretty even distribution of that fertilizer throughout my raised bed. I can easily just connect it in line, or I can leave it there if I want. So let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.